This episode contains occasional strong language and may not be suitable for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised. Salon owners, if you got your babies in the car, you might listen to this later. Most of you guys are cool with it, but just wanted to give that little warning ahead of time. Here we go. Is your assistant slow as fuck? Let's talk timing, reps, and reality. Can we just call it what it is and say that assistants are slow? I don't want to beat around the bush. I don't want to lie. Assistants are freaking slow. I'm just going to say it. They're slow. And there's nothing wrong with them being slow. Some of you are like, it's nails on a chalkboard slow, or like snail's pace slow, especially when they first start. Okay. We all know this. They're brand spanking new. So we cannot expect them to be up to our speed. They're learning, thinking through every single step and movement. They're just learning how to hold a foiling comb and grab the foil and place the foil and pick up the color brush without putting the foiling comb down. You have to think those things come second nature to us. We don't think about that. We could do it in our sleep. It's like muscle memory. For them, it's not. They're just learning. So if you're sitting there frustrated thinking something is wrong, how do I meet my assistant in the middle? How do I get them up to speed? You're in for a treat with this episode, okay? So first, just know nothing is wrong, okay? Here's the problem though. When they stay slow, and let's say we're hitting 9, 12 months out of into the assistant program and you're like, Lacey, what do I do? Okay, they stay slow. You're getting frustrated, but you haven't given them any clear timing standards to work towards. That's the problem. They don't know what fast is, okay? So first, I want to normalize assistants. They're new. And we don't even have to stay slow. I feel like it's a bad term, or it's putting a negative connotation, like something. We don't have to say that. They're new, okay? But I don't want to excuse it off, because the truth, that's the truth. That's the reality, okay? Slow is expected in the beginning, but speed is a skill. They got to get in the reps. First on a mannequin, then on models, then on real paying guests. Okay. We focus on the skill first, always. So we don't talk about a lot of speed inside Salon Lace, inside of phase 1 of the assistant program. Okay. We let them master the skill first before we push on timing. Okay. So inside of phase 1, which is the first 13 weeks of their assistant program, we do not touch base on speed at all. By the time we're in phase 2, phase 3, oh yeah, we do. We talk about time, because we know that time is money. So I want you to ask yourself right now, are your timing expectations clearly defined? Meaning, how long is too long? So if you say my assistant's taking too long, be specific. What's too long? Are we talking like 5.5 hours? 6.25 hours? 7.5 hours? 2.5 hours? What is too long? When you say they're taking forever on a foil, how long is forever? You need to literally time them. Okay? Then I want you to ask yourself, how long should a partial foil take? How long should a full foil take? How long should an all over color take? How long should a shampoo blow dry? How long should a root tap, toner, glaze, all the things? You need to figure these things out. Or are you just telling them to pick up the pace? We need to speed up our timing. Because that is not clear direction. Okay? I'm just going to say it's vague as fuck. You need to define your timing standards. Okay? Inside of our Ultimate Assistant Guide, we have a sheet dedicated to timing goals. And I'm going to include this, not the whole assistant guide, but the timing sheet that comes from our Ultimate Assistant Guide. I'm going to put it in the show notes just for you guys today for free. Utilize this little baby, edit it to your timing standards, and make sure that your assistant knows what is expected by the time they get done with your assistant program. They need to work up to these level 1 timing. Okay? Whatever your first phase, first design stylist, commission, rental, I don't care what it is. When you get out of the assistant program, this is the standard. This is what I see most salon owners miss. You're not setting timing standards. Tell me if you have that sheet already filled out somewhere, Google Doc, Google Sheet on your phone, and have you clearly communicated it to your team and to your assistant? You're not building reps intentionally. You're not getting a mannequin out and setting an actual timer, whether it be digital or a sand timer. I don't care which one, they need a timer. You're not creating any real pressure or urgency. You should, by phase 2 and phase 3, light a fire under their ass. And then you're confused why nothing is changing. A lot of this boils down to us not clearly communicating this. We might have it and it all lives in our head, but we have not got it out on paper. We haven't recorded it. We have not communicated it. We just need them to speed up, but they don't even know what that means. Speed comes with time. I promise you, speed will come with time. 2 years in, they're going to be a lot quicker than when they first started on day 1. But it comes a whole lot faster when there's repetition and clear expectations behind it. Okay? So let's talk about what to actually do. This is your system, all right? Set timing standards for every single service. Give them a number. What do you want them to hit? A target, a finish line, all right? Train on mannequins with the visible timer, starting in phase 2. There's no more take your time. I do want them to take their time inside phase 1. I do, because we want to hone in on, yes, reps, but the skills and learning how to do what to do. Perfection, which I know that doesn't exist, but getting, I'll say, knowing what is expected and knowing how to do the service. Then we can work on speed. So let's work on the skill first, okay? Set the clock, let them feel the pressure. The next is build reps. Same service over and over and over and over and over again, okay? And then this is the big one I want you guys to hit. If you are still struggling with your assistant, let's say you're like, Lacey, we're a year into this, which let's hope they're not an assistant much longer after that, because we don't teach to that. We don't coach to that we're using an assistant at this point. But let's say that we're at like the 9-month mark, 10-month, 11-month. And you're like, Lacey, they're still slow as fuck. What do? I want you to create some real life pressure on them. Stop letting them just book one appointment a day or one color. You've got to stack their appointments. Meaning when a guest is on their book, you book someone directly after with that timing standard. So if your timing standard is 3.5 hours for a full foil or 3 hours, you book a haircut right after. You have to apply real-time pressure, because that's when if someone's right after, they're going to be done. They don't have a choice. That is everything. So if you take anything away from this episode, that's what I want you to hear. Okay? They don't have unlimited time anymore. Stop giving them unlimited time. Book someone right after. Okay? They have to get it done in that window. Now, sometimes when you get to this point too, if they're still struggling, is it a skill level or is it a lack of confidence? Or maybe it's a little bit of both. Hesitation will slow someone down faster than anything. So if they're not confident, they're hesitant, like something's underlining right there, we got to figure out what that is. Okay. Confidence is only going to come from reps. They get more reps in and they get better and better and better. Their confidence is going to increase. It's going to improve. All right. So if you don't have timing standards, if you're not creating some urgency, if you're not building reps with your assistant, having them build the reps, do not complain that your assistant is slow as fuck. You have a training gap. And we need to work on that right now. And it's really just creating those standards, those timing standards, and communicating it with your team. That's it. Simple, guys. Don't overcomplicate this. Okay? If you're realizing that you don't have any structure around any of this, and you're like, ooh, Lacey, you're hitting it right, the nail on the head right now. My Ultimate Assistant Guide walks you through exactly how to train your assistants, setting expectations with a handbook, with social media expectations, everything to build real systems so they can actually improve. If you love the timing goals, the little sheet that I'm putting in the show notes for you guys, there's a whole lot more where that came from right inside my Ultimate Assistant Guide. Okay, no need to recreate the wheel. Go grab it. I'm going to put it in the show notes right now. There's a link right there. You guys can tap on that. It's $200 off right now when you use the code 2026. So it's $99. It is an incredible, immense amount of value for you and your team and your future assistant for $99. It is the best ultimate assistant guide. It's gold. Okay. Okay, so inside the show notes, the timing goal sheet, and then you can purchase the Ultimate Assistant Guide if you would like. All right, that is it. Little short, sweet episode for today. I hope you guys liked today's episode. As always, if you guys have any podcast recommendations, I'm going to put a link in the show notes as well. You guys can go and fill that out if you want to hear us talk about something in an upcoming episode. I'd love to hear from you guys. I read every single one of those submissions. And that is really how we craft a lot of these episodes is what are you guys wanting right now? What are you guys needing? What do you want more of? Tell me, give it to me. You guys can also tag me on Instagram if you guys are tuning into the podcast. We just changed our Instagram handle, which is super cool. It used to be at Lacey_Jibo. We just recently shifted it to LG Education with an underscore. I think it's an underscore. Okay. So LG Education _ and you guys can tag me. All right. So much love to you guys. I love being here with you guys every single week, same time, same place, right here on the Level Up with Lacey podcast. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Bye, guys.